So here's a stock image that I really like. I think I can do some cool things with it. So the idea I have for this is I'm gonna have me sitting down right here. Then maybe the 8K right there. And the sun's gonna be shining from there. So it's gonna be like a warm sunset kind of scene. So the way I'm gonna light it is I'm gonna need the light behind me shining this way. So I gotta set that up. Then I gotta clean all that up. Maybe add some ammo, some more guns, and then maybe something in the back with a military helicopter. First we gotta shoot the image, so I'm gonna start with that. So I'm gonna have myself sitting down kind of like this. Then have the camera right there, and I gotta take this light and bring it over here. Make sure that the door's locked so nobody won't open that, because that won't be good. All right, so I just gotta set up my tripod and maybe at this angle. I'm using the 7D. I had this for a while. Just gotta get a flathead, make sure everything's tight right there. Just make sure that's tight. All right, so I just gotta get my gotta get this timer remote. Gotta set this up. That's the only thing I don't like about taking pictures of myself, because I'd rather be behind the camera shooting other people, but there's nobody else, so it's just me. So hopefully I have battery for this. All right, that's good. Works. All right, so I'm gonna plug this in. And I might need a rubber band. Put it right here so it won't be just hanging. All right, that should be good. Let's test this out. All right, that works. So I just gotta set it on a timer, maybe shoot every 10 second, maybe 5 second. Well, we'll see though. Just gotta get this softbox up. So every time I put this on, I'm always scared that I'm gonna scratch the glass right here. All right, that should be good. All right, let's go ahead and turn the lights on. Let's bring this kind of at this angle. So the light is set to 170 watts. That should be good. And I'm gonna use this for this little fill light on this side. Let's go ahead and so usually I would have a reflector right there, but I forgot to bring it with us. Everything's back in storage, but this will still work though. All right, so this is 100 watt. So I'm gonna set this maybe half. So I'm gonna do 50. Hopefully it's not too bright, but we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna test this out, make sure. All right, so I gotta bring the ISO down. I had it at 1,000. I think I was shooting something else, but let me bring it down to 100. All right, ain't that much better. So let's set up this timer thing right here. All right, so that worked. Took me a while. So I guess I got to set the time for every 5 seconds. And I gotta set how many pictures I wanna take. So I set it to 10 pictures. So after you take 10 pictures, you're gonna stop. All right, now the cool thing about the 7D is you flip this around and I can see myself when I take the picture. It's gonna show up on the screen. So let's go ahead and test this out. All right. So I'm see. So the lighting's good. Let's go ahead and maybe tilt this down a little bit and zoom in. And maybe I'm gonna sit on a little stool. Put on some shoes, because it won't make sense if I'm wearing slippers. They'll look kind of funny. All right, let's try this again. Just make sure I'm in the frame. All right. So I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. When I was at 15, so I'm gonna do scroll down to 13, and maybe tilt this down just a little bit, and let's go ahead and turn this around. Let's try that again. Let's see if what happens if I turn around just a little bit like this. So this is the one I like right there. I don't know if you can see it. So now I'm gonna take this into Photoshop and start editing. So here's the image that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna just double click it and it should open up in Camera Raw. The only thing I'm gonna change here is I'm just brighten the shadows. And I'm just go ahead and click on Open. And I'm just go ahead and crop this out by using the pen tool. But first, let's go ahead and just make a copy. I'm gonna do Control J. Just go ahead and save this as a PSD. And before I crop this, maybe I should just clean up some stuff like that. Select this, select the remove tool. Go ahead, I'm just crop this out with the pen tool. I like starting from the left. I'm just make a point kind of right there. And I'm just holding the space bar, dragging it. And just make a point right there, drag that up. Point there. Point there. Just click undo, maybe make a point right there. Another one here. Point there. I will say 9 out of 10 times I'm using the pen tool. Other times I probably use quick selection and then I refine the edges, but I like using the pen tool. Just make a point right there, drag that down kind of like that. Just hold Alt and bring that back in, kind of like that. Alright, just go ahead and close that out. Zoom out. So I got to do that area and I think down here too. So I'm just going to zoom in. Just make a point there. Just go down here to the laces. Check this side. I think this side is good. Alright, so I'm just go to my path, hold Control, make a selection around it, Control J, and let's go ahead and save this. And I'm gonna do Control A, Control C to copy. Let's go here, Control V to paste it. And let's go ahead and right click, convert to a smart object, Control T, hold Shift, bring it down like that. Should I be sitting there? No. Say about right there. Save this. Alright, so I got my main image in here. The next thing I like to do is replace the sky. So I could do thinking I should keep the sign right there. But I'm gonna keep the sign, but I'm gonna change it out. Alright, add something else. And I'm gonna keep that part in the back. So I'm just I'm just crop out the sky. What you could do is you go select sky. Did a pretty good job. I was gonna do it with the pen tool. So there's still some part like right there. I don't know if you see it. You didn't get it. So I'm just go ahead and use the pen tool. I like using the pen tool. But if you like using something quick, use the select sky method. But for now, I'm just going to use the pen tool. Disable my image, so we see this. Alright, let's go ahead and close this out. And I can just do right click, make selection, feather at 0, I'm gonna click OK. Just do Control J to make a copy. Bring back the main image, maybe group this. And let's go ahead and group all this, name this background, delete that. So I changed the camera angle so you guys can see better. So let's go to our stock images. Let's go to clouds. And let's see. I'm trying to look for like kind of like a sunset. That one might work right here. This one. Maybe this one. Let's try both. So I'm just double click this, open up in Photoshop. Or actually, you know what? I'm just drag and drag this. Bring this underneath the background. Let's go to background, disable the first layer on that. Alright, this one's looking good. Control T, I'm just right click, flip horizontal. So I want the sun kind of right there. Maybe I gotta extend it. So usually when we bring in a image, it already creates a smart object. But I'm just go ahead and the one thing that doesn't work is when you go in, you create a layer, or you make a copy, right? You have 2 layers, you try to save it, and it's gonna tell you something, you gotta flatten it. Sometimes we don't want to, so I'm just click no, don't save. So you just have to right click, rasterize layer, right click, convert to smart object again. So when you double click it, make a copy, when you save it, now you can save it. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna C for crop, I'm just bring this down, kind of like that. Hit M for the rectangular marquee tool, or you can select it up here, right there. And I'm just going to edit, generate fill, click on generate. Alright, so it gave us an ocean. So it thinks it's an ocean, but that's alright though. We're gonna not keep that in there. So that's good. I'm gonna save this. And let's go back to here. Let's bring that down. Kind of like that. Just double click this. We want to extend the right side. So we'll just do the same thing. C for the crop. Extend it a little bit, kind of like that. M for the marquee tool. Select that side. Same thing, edit, generate a fill, click on generate. All right, let's see which one I like. Maybe this one. Save this. Let's go see how that looks. Maybe put the sun right behind the sign. All right, I think that looks good. Let's go check out the other stock image I had. Hold up, this one looks good too. Again, always try always try as much different image as you can. So I like this, but this one has the sun, this one also, but it's not that bright. So let me see. Let's go to there's this one also. So this one I was thinking of using. I used this one a couple times. So it would be right there, but that's too bright though. I like this one, also like this one. Let me see if I could mask this out. See how that looks. That's the thing with editing. Is try what you like or you think you're gonna like. So let me see, I'm just go ahead and delete the layer mask, Control T, and let's go ahead and bring that up. Because I do like this one. It has a lot of, I like the clouds. It has more than this one. Let's bring the sunset to it there. Again, just right click, rasterize layer. I'm just not double click. Make sure you right click. Convert to a smart object. Double click it. And just do C for the crop. Extend it just a little bit. Hit the letter M for the marquee tool. Select that. Same thing, edit, generated fill. Click on generate. So let's see. Let's go ahead and save this. Let me see. I didn't even check the other ones because they give us 3 options. But yeah, usually the first one is the best one. Save this, close this. And let's go ahead and drag this kind of like that. Alright, so I'm just go ahead and add some adjustment layer to the ground and over here. So let's go ahead and do that. And just rename this. I'm just leave that as background. And I'm just going to group this again. And I'm just going to create a levels adjustment. Actually, let's do curves. So I'm just go ahead and target it just a little bit. And I'm gonna do the clipping mask. So it'll only affect the ground in this area and not the clouds in the back. So let's go ahead and bring the whites down just a little bit. And let's go ahead and create a color balance. Just add some red, yellow. So just a little bit for now. Save that. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna make another copy of this right here. Make a copy of that. And I'm gonna have it like I'm sitting on it. So let's go ahead and disable my main image. Let's go down here. And I'm gonna use the pen tool, just make a point right there. And just go ahead and close that out. Right click, make selection, feather at 0, click OK. And make sure that's selected. Let's do Control J, make a copy. Let's bring back our main image. And let's go ahead and move this underneath, kind of like that. So I need to add a lid on that. So I'm gonna disable this. And I'm looking at Maybe I can use that top right there. So I'm just go here, hit P for the pen tool. Let's go ahead and make a selection around that, kind of like that. Hopefully this is enough right here, just getting these part. But we'll see though. Same thing, right click, make selection for that 0, click OK, Control J. And let's bring it above there, let's bring it down here. So it kind of worked right here. Control T, let's flip horizontal. All right, so this might work. So this is gonna work on the left, and then on the right side, let me see. I'm gonna use that for that one. So for this, let's go ahead and line it right there. Control T, right click, hit skew. Bring it down kind of like that. And let's go to this one. Hit P for the pen tool. Actually, let me see. You know what? This just use all this, right? Because this one has a lid. Kind of like that. Right click, make selection, same thing. Make a copy, just bring it above there. So I'm hit L for the lasso, and just go ahead and just cut it right here. So I'm gonna do Control Shift J. It will add it to its own layer. So disable that for now. Control T. Control T for this one. Let's right click, hit skew. Right click scale. And let's go ahead and do this one. Control T, right click, hit skew. Bring that up like that. Right click, scale. Alright, I think that looks good. Alright, now let's bring this back. Let's bring it underneath all this. And let's do Control T, right click, scale, right click, skew. So I'm just trying to make that align to there. Right click, scale, bring that there. Right click, let's try warp. See that? Nah, that don't look good. Let's see. Right click, hit skew. Kind of like that. I think that's good. Maybe delete that part. So I'm gonna hit E for the eraser. Usually we just mask it. I like using the eraser because it just for some reason it's a faster workflow. And if I know I'm not gonna need it, I don't think I will have to come back to it. Alright, I think that looks good. Let's see. Just gotta add some shadows down there. Let's bring back the main image. Alright, that looks good. Let's group all that. So let's go ahead and group that. Control T. Rotate it just a little bit. So let's go to the background, to the clouds. Let's see. I'm gonna change this to overlay, see how that looks. Alright, it's kinda too much. Maybe I should just start adding some adjustment layer. Just name that adjustment. Let's go to my actions. Let's create a noise layer. And let's go ahead and create a new layer. I'm gonna fill this in. I'm gonna select black on this one. Let's go ahead and fill that in. And let's go ahead and select kind of like a brown tint. Maybe kind of like this. Bring back the solid black layer. Hit B for brush and bring the softness all the way down. Or hardness all the way down. Just gonna paint this in. Maybe like this. Change that to soft light. And let's go ahead and alright. Got stuck for a minute. So let's double click this. And let's go ahead and go down here to blend if. I'm gonna split the black right here. Maybe the white. Just a bit of white. Kind of like that. Alright, so my computer's kind of lagging. I think I'm gonna close all my apps right now. I have a bunch of, let's close this. So I'm just close everything and just restart it. So I'm just go ahead and save this. Alright, so I restarted my computer, so hopefully that fixed it. So let's go ahead and so that layer is added. Let's go down to the background. Let's create a new layer. Let's fill that in with black. Make sure this is black. Let's do Alt backspace. Change that to soft light. And I'm hit E. You know what? Just like the mask. B for brush. I wonder why my computer's lagging. Haven't done this. Alright, so I'll open the front case of the computer. So hopefully it's not overheating none. But that's weird though. Never done that before. So I'm just go down here to the background. So this one. And I'm just going to go clean this up. I'm going to hit L for the lasso, for that 0. You can use the eraser if you like just erasing it. But I'm just going to use the lasso. And maybe this part right here. And delete that. Yeah, it's lagging for some reason. Anyways, let's next let's go ahead and remove all the text on there. We don't want that. So I'm gonna disable the main image. I'm gonna do that one first. And this one's pretty easy. Just go here to the remove tool, select around it, kind of like that. Now we just gotta do all this. when I'm using this remove tool, you can hear my fan on the computer. But the remove tool, it doesn't use a lot of processing power. Maybe I have to clean it. I haven't cleaned my computer in a minute. It's probably all dusty and everything in there. Alright, so a couple more. So I'm gonna zoom in on this one, and same thing. Let's bring the size of that down. Hopefully it doesn't remove that part right there. So that's good. Alright, so I made this some kind of weird thing right there, but I'm just add a little bit more to the left right here, so it'll know to add that back in. I'm gonna see. Nope. Let's try one more time. Alright, much better. Save that. Let's go ahead and remove. See, this is about, so the width is about 3,000, height is 2,300. So I think that's what's happening, because usually when I do my cover, it's only 1,600 by 1,600. So I think I have to get a better processor or something. Video card. So for this one, let's go ahead and try to remove it. So select this, like that. So almost like all this, hopefully get rid of it and not do something weird. Alright, that's good. Save this. Alright, so I'm looking at this. On my image, you can see like the highlights right there. It's bright. So I have to do the same for all this over here. And for the rocks too. So let me see, is that the so that's the curves right here, right? So let's double click that. And let's go ahead and bring this to the left. So let's split the white right here. So hold Alt. Nah, I think that looks much better. So before, and let's redo after. That's with the that's without the curves adjustment, and that's with the curve adjustment. So the highlights came back, which is good. Save this. So let's go ahead and let me see. I'm trying to see. Trying to see if I should add a glow right here, because usually I do on all my images. Alright, so let's let's go down here first. Let's double click that. Let's do the same thing. Let's split the white. Alright, thinks that. So this is matching that. It's getting there. Not all the way there, but it's getting there. So let's go ahead and create a new solid layer or empty layer, but we're gonna fill it in with black. So make sure that's black. I'll backspace. Change that to soft light. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit E for the eraser. Or actually, you know what? I gotta get used to using the mask. So I'm gonna create a mask, B for the brush. And let's go ahead and make that part bright, but not that area, not that. So it'll look like most of the lights right here. And maybe just change the opacity to about 49. Save that. Alright, so let's go ahead and start editing the main image. And let's go to, well, first let's go down here to the background. I'm just make a copy. And I'm going to my action. Let's go to sharpen low. Click on play. We'll apply some sharpness to it, but it's too much on the rock, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Just use the eraser. So I like the sharpness on that to match that. So let's go to our main image and let's group this inside that group. And I'm just going to make a copy. And I'm just go ahead and you know what? I'm just going to do that. Just go ahead and do the same thing. Go to my action. Select my sharpen low. Click on play. Alright, let's go ahead and clean up my image. I'm just double click this. And I'm just going to make a copy inside here. Just going to remove that. Save that. See how that looks. Yeah. Or actually, you know what? I'm just go ahead and create a new layer here. Just hit B for brush. Or actually, just go here to the patch tool. Make sure I make a copy. Delete that. Just go here to the patch tool. So the patch tool is much faster than the healing, but the healing is more better on some things. So I just made a copy, deleted the 2 dots, but I'm just keep just a little bit, kind of like that. Alright, I think that looks better. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add some glow. Let's create a new group, name that glow, select B for brush. Or actually, I'm going to go to my stock image. Let's go to the fire. So this is the one I like to use all the time. And I'm just going ahead and just rasterize this. Just go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. So about 286. Change that to screen. Not color dodge, but screen. And let's go filter, Gaussian blur again. Control T, let's bring the size of it down. Just a little bit. Let's make a copy, Control T. Alright, so I'm going to go to my adjustment. Just create a new layer. Create the curves. And I couldn't see it for a little bit. Just darken that. Just fade that like that. Alright, so I'm going to change just my computer's lagging, I'm going to just change the image size. So I'm going to go image size, height, I'm going to do 1500. So hopefully this fixed some of it, some of the lagging. Alright, so it's getting there. Maybe I'll remove that glow. Or you know what, let me see. Let's see, Control T. Let's make this bigger. And disable that. Now I'm thinking, should I add so we got the studio flash, sunset. Do I want the highlights to be warmer? Let me see if I should do that. Let's create a new layer. Let's fill this in with something like that. Let's fill that in. And let's go ahead and do Control Alt G. Change this to multiply. And maybe do Control L, just brighten it just a little bit. Double click this and split the black right here. Kind of like that. Maybe the white, just bring back a little bit of the white. Alright, I think I like that. Just bring the opacity down. Maybe right there. Let's create a new layer. Let's bring up the curves. Let's add a little contrast. Highlights. And let's go ahead and add vibrant, or actually we're gonna take some of the vibrant away. So here's the before, after. Alright, so I'm gonna go here just to the curves, the one we added earlier. Just double click that, click on reset, maybe did that change anything? Probably didn't. Now everything is getting dark, right? Maybe just lower the opacity, kind of like that. Alright, so let's add the shadow. So I'm going to create a new group underneath the main image. And let's go ahead and I'm trying to think if I should take the shadow from the photo shoot. So let's go ahead and create a new layer, just like the pen tool. And let's go ahead and go ahead and go to path, hold control, just make a selection. Let's fill that in with black. And for this one, let's go ahead and just bring the shadow all the way underneath the box right there. Or actually, might have to bring the box in the main, but then you'll lose all the adjustment layers. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a copy of the background. Let's disable that and disable background like that. So now when we merge it, Control E, it should just give us the box with the adjustment layer added to it, if that makes sense. So let's bring back the background. Now we can work on our shadows. So I'm just going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Kind of like that for now. And let's double click this, split the white just a little bit, kind of like that. Bring the opacity down. Alright, so let's create a new layer. Select B for brush. I'm just do the lasso tool. Alright, so click undo. It will go back to it. So Alt, backspace, Control D, filter, Gaussian blur, double click. Control T, right click, warp. Let's bring that down kind of right there. Double click. And split that. All the way. Control B. Let's bring up the color balance. Let's add some red, yellow. Did that make a difference? What about hue and saturation? Colorize, saturation all the way up. Nah, because it's black, that's why it's not changing color. Duh. So I want to make that, well, it's good for now. let's see. Now, I might have some more shadows, but think of other things too. That shadows right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and group the just name that can, and let's create a new. Let's group that. Create a new layer. Let's fill that in with black. Well, actually, you know what? We're gonna brush in the shadow. Just double click that. Do the same thing. Let's go ahead and split the white. E for eraser. And let's go ahead and just delete some of it. Now let's bring back the clouds in the back. Go down here, erase some of the parts right there. Let's go to the can, erase some of that. Create a new layer, B for brush, and do Control G for both of this. And same thing, split the white, bring the opacity down, bring it up. Alright, so it's getting there. Just gotta add some more stuff. Alright, so I know it's missing something. What if I had a military truck right here? Let's go to let's see if I have anything. Let's go to cars, planes. This might look good. Would that fit in there? Maybe this one, because the angle of this one fits it. So let's try this one. Control A, Control C to copy, Control V. Let's bring the size of this up. Alright, so let's crop this out, see how it looks. So I'm gonna use the pen tool. Alright, I don't like going from right to left, so I'm gonna start at the bottom. Or what? I don't like going, so let me say this again. I don't like going right to left from the top. So going this way feels weird. So that's what it means. That's what I mean to say. When I use a pen tool, I like going clockwise, if that makes sense. Going counterclockwise feels kind of weird. I just realized that right now. So let's make a point there. point there. Make sure that's good. Alright, maybe I do a point there. Alright, let's go ahead and close that out. Right click, make a selection, feather that 0, click OK. Control J, make a copy. Not bad. Is it too small though? Might be. So Control T, hold Shift, bring that up kind of like that. Alright, so for this one, I'm just make a copy and just make that black and white. Control L, bring up the levels. Let's brighten that, kind of like that. Hit M for the marquee tool. Just go ahead and go down here. Or actually, you know what? Let's do L for the lasso and change the feather to 10. And let's go ahead and select around this, like that. Double click, hit delete, Control D to select. Now we can use this for the shadow. Change that to multiply. Alright, I think that's good. And let's add some sharpness to this. So let's go to here, let's group this, make a copy, go to my action, sharpen low, and I think that's looking good. I would like it to be sharper, but it's good for now. And let's go ahead and create a new. So I'm actually going to just make a copy of the yellow that I used for the main image. So this one, just make a copy, bring this above that. Make sure it's above that. Control Alt G for the clipping mask. Double click this, and let's go ahead and fix the. Where it's splitting on the black and the white. That's what I was fixing. Just click OK. Now it's still too bright on some of the on the white. So let's go ahead and create a new adjustment layer. I'm gonna do curves, and let's bring that down, kind of like that. Darken this. I think that looks good. Double click this. Or actually, you know what? B for brush. Let's select the mask. Just a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Let's change the opacity to 22. Alright, I think that looks good. So why would a Mercedes SUV be in this image? I don't know. Just had to put something there. So the background, let's fix this. So let's merge that. So there's one layer. Hit L for the lasso. Alright, make sure the feather's at 0. that. Alright, this looks good. Now let's go to the car SUV. And that SUV. And here's the curves. Right, curves and that. So for the curves, let's hit B for brush, make sure that's black, opacity all the way up. Zoom in. Bring the size of the brush down. Let's go ahead and so it's not doing too much to it because I'm trying to bring it back so make it look like so that one looks good, like the headlights are on or the lights are on. So that one looks good. So let's go ahead and create a new curves adjustment. Let's invert it, Control I, B for brush, make sure that's white. Maybe bring that up some more. No, you don't want to do that. So I like how that looks. I gotta make that more white. So I went back to the levels. I think it's just faster workflow for me using the levels. Alright, now let's create new layer. B for brush. Should we do like a blue tint? Just a little bit blue tint. B for brush, bring the size of this up. Change that to screen. Just make a copy, not Control T yet. Let's bring that there, make a copy, then Control T. Then let's do like that for that one. Make a copy. Let's do that one. And let's bring it kind of like that. Make a copy of that one. Bring it down here. Make a copy of that one. Bring it down there. Alright, so it's getting there, Now let's go ahead and add some dust. So underneath the glow folder, let's create a new folder. Just name that dust, create a new layer, B for brush. I'm going to my brush. Just like fog number 1. And let's go ahead and select like a brown tint. But kind of like that. See how that looks. Bring that down. Alright, so it's getting there. Now I'm gonna make the shadow darker, I think, because that one's dark. Make that darker. Alright. Trying to think. So I'm gonna make that darker too. Let's go down here to the background. Let's create a new layer. And B for brush. Make sure the size is, change that brush. Hardness all the way down. Make sure that's black. And let's paint kind of like that. E for eraser. Just double click that and split the white. Hit E for eraser. Let's delete that part. Alright, so should I make a second adjustment? So I'm just do Control J, Control Alt U, bring the saturation all the way down. Let's create another levels. Alright, make sure I don't touch that. So the levels will bring it down just a little bit, just bring it up. Alright, so did I move the shadow right there? Probably did. Yep, I did. Save that. See, that's kind of darker, so I gotta make that kind of darker too. So B for brush, let's paint that in. Bring opacity down. Probably like that. Let's go ahead and split that, double click that, hold Alt. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the background. Let's create a new layer. Make sure I click that. Let's see. It's like B for brush. Let's darken some parts right there. Maybe right there. Just double click that, split that, hit E for eraser. So I like that right there. Alright, so I'll move that again. Gotta stop doing that. Because I think my computer is lagging and I just keep on moving stuff. So the shadows right there, maybe make that part darker. Go to the main, go to the can. So everything kind of just, when you adjust one thing, and then you gotta adjust another. But that's the fun part, right? Doing the compositing like that. So I like that right there. Maybe just delete that just a little bit. Bring that up just a little bit. Just add one more layer. Just hit L for lasso. Fill that in. Change that to soft light. Alright. Maybe I'll split that too. That's too much. Alright, like that. And let's brighten up the clouds. Just go down here, bring up the curves. And let's make a copy of the dust. So I'm just hit Control J, bring that underneath the SUV. Let's bring the opacity up, kind of like that. So I'm trying to get this part right there. Select the mask. Let's invert the mask. B for brush. Make sure it's white. Hardness all the way down. And that's no, I think that looks good. Now with the headlights and the dust, let's see if it makes sense if I group all this. Just name the headlights glow. Create a new group. Just name this light ray. Create a new layer. L for lasso. So I'm gonna see if it makes sense if I do something like this. I don't know. Do filter blur, Gaussian blur. Maybe 4 pixel, hit E for eraser. Maybe I shouldn't do the eraser, but make a copy. Bring it to the right. I like it. I think I like it. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe do Control T. Right click, hit skew. Just make it more straighter. So basically I just created me sitting out of somewhere with the car. So next let's go ahead and clean that up because it's too bright for me. It stands out too much. Let's go down here to the background. Again, we can use the spot healing, but yeah, it's gonna take a lot of processing power, so I'm just do the patch tool. As long as you select the area like that, you're good. See how quicker it is compared to the spot healing? So let's make sure I go around, even that part, maybe that part. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. make sure I get that selected. Alright, I think that looks good. Alright, so the last thing, let's go ahead and make a copy of everything. Control E to merge it, Control A to select all, Control J to copy. Go ahead and delete this one. Let's go to filter, camera raw filter, and let's add some final adjustment. Highlights, probably bring it up a little bit. And where's the sharpen? There it is, in effect. See what happens if we mess around with the colors. Super yellow. So this is at 0. Maybe add a little bit of cool temperature. Like a green tint, vibrant. Let me see how this looks. It's not bad. Before, after. I don't know, I do like this though. Just a warm tint. This one also looks good because you can still see the original color. So yeah, my plan is try to do 100 days of creating something. Come up with something and try to create it. So this is day 1, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow for day 2. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.